This is the way you left me. I'm not pretending.
Alright everyone, another day, another dollar. Except no dollars, which really didn't bother me for a while, but 10 weeks without pay is getting kind of... Really? Well, never mind, not important. But, oh, granny nanny life. It's been difficult. Let's see, she took herself out with the car door, ripped open about 6 inches of her leg, and wouldn't let me take her to the hospital, so I had to take her to the Mountain Medical Center and said, okay, my grandma's here, she won't let me take her to the hospital, just take a look at her, see if you can stitch her up, and they said, no, you gotta go to the ER, so, you know, drive an hour and a half the other way. Oh. And then, let's see, tried to get her into just take some blood tests. It took all day. She had to fit in a waiting room. Oh, and last night, 4 in the morning, I wake up and say, gee, it's really hot in here. And so, I figured it was because the door was closed in my room. It's kind of a small room, and the heat kind of builds up. So I opened the door to the room, and I'm like, it's not any cooler in the hallway. I checked the heater, it is set to 95 degrees. Yesterday, she said she was cold, so she would put it up to 80, and I would put it back down to 75. So I know it was at 75 when I went to sleep. So I haven't talked to her about that yet, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to say, don't do that. There's more evidence that she can't live on her own, and we're no closer to having any sort of permanent plan for her, and I don't know, my aunt, one of my many aunts, invited me to go to New Mexico this next week, I think, but I can't leave Grammy alone, and we don't know who would stay with her, and my aunt and uncle here, who live next door, are like, well, maybe we could leave her alone, but then, you know, last night she turned the house into a slow cooker. It was 91 degrees, and it was going up. She could have dehydrated and died. Anyway, so I've been getting exhausted. I schedule all her doctor's appointments, and I had the new heating system installed, and I called to get that inspected, and then I called to get that fixed when it didn't pass inspection, and then I had to wait for the guys to come, and then I had to get it inspected again, so that's what's going on tomorrow. Hopefully that'll be done, and my uncle says I'll get paid, and I don't mind not getting paid for doing that. It's just so tiring. Oh, in my own house I'd be tired. I'm tired. But, oh, my aunt and uncle here, Alan and Patty, they got me a giant, they know I like kites, and so they got me like this giant ass dragon kite, so maybe I'll get some video of that. 16-inch, I think, huge, and like a real kite, like one with I'm eloquent. It's a good kite. A couple weeks ago, got a crappy kite with my cousin's roommate, who's my friend. Complicated, not very complicated. Anyway, so we got this crappy kite, and it wouldn't fly outside, so... because it wasn't very windy, so he set up fans in the living room, because I was like, hey, you guys have a high ceiling. Which they do, they have a high ceiling in their living room, so I was like, let's fly the kite inside. It did not work, so my cousin sat on the couch and he laughed at us. It was hilarious. I'm so tired. She is difficult, she is stubborn, and she won't let me be the boss. Anytime I make any sort of decision, like letting the dog out or putting the groceries away, she's like, no! She always has, like, an opinion or, like, telling me what to do. I'm like, nope, that's not gonna work, nope. And she tells me crazy things to do. Crazy. But I love her, and I'll stick it out. Just getting hard. And of course, you know, at the doctor yesterday, I take her to the doctor because she took out her leg. So we got 13 staples, so we had to get the staples out yesterday. But she kept putting peroxide on under her bandage, so it ate away at her skin. So now we have to go back. Anyway, they were asking me about like DNR and her final wishes and taking her off one of her medications because if she hits her head when she's on Coumadin, it's over. Oh, that was the other thing about ripping open her leg. She was on blood thinners and she wouldn't stop bleeding. I'm like, you're gonna bleed to death if you don't go to the hospital. Stubborn, difficult. She has selective hearing, so if I say, Grammy, I'm in too much because I'm in a lot of pain all the time. I'm in pain right now. Grammy, I'm in too much pain, we have to leave, like in the grocery store or something. She'll pretend not to hear me. And then we'll finally get in the car, I'll be like, I'm in excruciating pain right now, don't talk to me. And she'll be like, oh, no one ever told me you ever got any pain. I don't know. I thought when I'd come out, you know, I would be like the temporary fix, and then we would come up with something more permanent, and we're not any closer to having anything permanent, and now my uncle's getting surgery. He's gonna need me around for a few more months, and I don't mind that, but if I'm gonna be around a couple more months, he needs to stop being so stubborn, and so difficult. Which she never will, because it's just always how she's been, before she was old. I don't know how much of this I should put on YouTube, but... Oh well, Brandy! Come here, Brandy! Come here! Let's get the dog on the swing. Come on, Brandy! Come on! Come on, Brandy! Come here, good girl! Come here, good girl! Up! Up! Good girl, lay down! Lay down! Lay down! Lay down! Lay your butt! Scoot your butt, good! Good. Yeah, tell me about yourself, Brandy. Hi, Katie. Hi, Vanessa. We are Dark Clouds. Hey. Yeah, I make movies and put them on YouTube.
Did the pictures come out okay now?
I don't know, the screen is broken. Can't really tell.
Yeah. Insulated. Purple bar. And that.
I always bring my camera. I hate being in charge of it. I usually give it to somebody else and be like, here, take pictures.
Hi, YouTube.
She's videotaping. That she's not going to remember the
Yep.
be there.
She's videotaping.
Is she TV? Oh, this is actually videotape, or are you just fucking with all of us?
I'm videotaping.
This whole night I thought you were just fucking with us.
No, I'm not that weird.
I was like, whoa, chick.
Hey, Katie!
She's videotaping.
You okay?
Yeah, you just smushed my fingers.
Sorry.